Hi everybody, thank you very much for watching. In today's video, we're going to cover how to add in a spreadsheet to an LDA case to present a complex product such as overfunded universal life or par whole life. To start, we're going to add a new case. And once we select add new case, we're either going to create a client or we're going to use a character that we already have on file. For today's demonstration, I'm going to use my Bob sample case client and click continue to proceed. Once brought to the design case page, I'm going to select either the universal life or whole life icon, and I'll see a drop-down menu appear. Both of them look very similar, listing the major carriers below the search rates option. For more about searching rates, feel free to view the video that goes over how to add in term, UL, and non-par whole life. But for this type of plan, we're looking at a more complex option, something that may contain additional deposit options, premium offset, term rider, or looking at all the different overfunding options within universal life. We cannot survey the market for those products. So what we ask you to do inside of LDA is to indicate the product type you want to work with and select the carrier that you want to use for this example. For today's demonstration, I'm going to use Canada Life. Once this loads on the design case page, I'm going to see that it lists the carrier. So in this case, Canada Life with their whole life option, but it's asking me to bring in information via a spreadsheet file. And I have two ways in which I can do this. The first is to either import a saved spreadsheet file that I have to my computer. The other is to copy and paste data that I got from a spreadsheet. But regardless, I'm going to be asked to go to the manufacturer's illustration software to generate this example. Switching screens here, what I've done is I've pre-created an example just to save us some time today of a Canada Life whole life plan. I'm using the Estate Achiever Plus, 20 pay, paid up additions, $250 of base coverage paid annually, and I've also included a term 20 rider for an additional $250,000 expiring after year 20. No matter how you create this example though, instead of going to the usual view report option, we want to go to the option that indicates to view the data or spreadsheet, depending on the carrier and the illustration software you're using. So for Canada Life, I'm going to use the view data option. This is going to provide me with a preview of an Excel spreadsheet, which I'll have an option to export by clicking this icon on the top left. Again, some carriers listed at the top. Once selected, I'm going to click the OK message that comes up, and then Excel will launch right away and I have that spreadsheet. From here, I have two options. I can save this file to my computer and import it into the LDA case, or I can copy and paste it. Most I find prefer copy and paste, so that's what I'm going to go through today. To the left of the A column and above the first row, we're going to see a triangle or spreadsheet. When clicked on, highlights everything, including the headers. We want this, so I'm going to right click and I'm going to copy all this information. For those that like keyboard shortcuts, Control A will achieve the same result. Going back to my life design analysis case, now that I've copied the information, I want to paste it. So I'm going to select the paste spreadsheet data option. A text box will appear. I'm going to right click and paste the data into this text box and click upload. Now, although the information looks out of format, we recognize this information and we'll see in just a few seconds, a message has come up telling me that the plan has been imported successfully. This process we've gone through today applies for all the major carriers that are available within the drop-down menu here by following the same steps, just by receiving their information in their specific carrier illustration software. Doesn't matter if you're looking at joint coverage, if you're working with a French spreadsheet, if you're working with another example, such as a wealth product, since I went with the estate option. It all follows the same step-by-step process. In our Help Center up at the top of the page, we offer step-by-step user guides for each major carrier on either importing a spreadsheet file that we've saved or copying and pasting a spreadsheet like we've done today. So feel free to check that out if you do require any assistance, or you can use the live chat, which we'll highlight in just a little bit. I'm going to go back to the design case page. And before I generate this report, I always like to mention that we leave the name of the plans vague so you can add your own custom style to it, especially because there's so many options available. In order to change the name, I'm going to use this edit plan icon that I'll see on the right-hand side. This will allow me to change the name or to add a description based on the product or plan that I'm looking to present. So for today's example, I'm going to call it a 20 pay, paid up editions. I'll include a description of the product too, maybe mentioning it includes a term 20 rider. Or in this case, it was 250,000. Once completed, I'll click save and I'll show where that appears on the report in just a second. And while that loads, I always like to mention we can add in multiple participating product options or overfunded universal life options to do a direct side-by-side comparison. So it doesn't just have to be one at a time. When I generate the insurance report, I'll see those plan details brought in, and based on the pages I have selected, that will determine what's going to be used. So looking at my report here, if I scroll down, here's my description that I've provided. There's the premium schedule, which we can see since it's a 20 pay option. There's the cumulative cost, the cash value versus the cumulative cost, looking at the current dividend. Here's our guaranteed values. And we also can present a reduced dividend based on the current dividend, -1 or 2%. We could also look at the insurance benefit, and that can be shown in the same ways with the guaranteed or the reduced. But because I've included a term rider, we can see a drop off of coverage after age 60. In order to avoid confusion from our clients, what I recommend is to add in a call out to these pages. If I click on the line at any point in time, it will bring up this call up text box within the pop-up window where I can put my own custom note in there. So here I'm going to say term rider ends here. And once I click save in just a matter of seconds, I'll see that text note apply to the chart along with the graph, which breaks down the insurance benefit versus what's been spent. And for those wondering what toggle callouts does, it allows you to hide and bring back the options in. And any page that we show a visual for, we also have the tables to go along with it. And there are many different data points that we can present with the data that's been loaded in from that spreadsheet. But what you want to present or what concept you want to show depends on the page options that you select or the report concept, which is a preset case design that we provide for our subscribers or that you can create on your own. Thank you very much for watching today's video. If you have any additional questions, feel free to contact us via our live chat to speak with any of our customer support representatives.